Hola chicos, I am Hermano Jengis. I will be your Spanish 101 instructor for BYU Idaho this semester. I am looking very much forward to teaching your class and help facilitating your acquisition of a new language. As the class title indicates, this is Spanish 101. It is a beginning Spanish class. So if you have any prior background with Spanish, I would maybe email me and we can discuss your experience, your level of comfort with Spanish. I know often people have taken Spanish before but don't feel quite comfortable to take the next level. So if you do have any prior experience, please email me and we can sort that out on an individual basis. So, Spanish. A little bit about myself. My last name, Jengis, is actually Turkish, but I do speak Spanish. I speak a little bit of Turkish. I grew up in Arizona, where I lived up until I left for my mission, where I served in Santiago, Chile, the South Mission. It was there where I learned Spanish. I did not learn Spanish in high school, I'm sorry to say. In fact, my high school Spanish experience probably deterred me from wanting to serve a Spanish-speaking mission. But the Lord knows best, and He sent me down to South America. And so I learned some Spanish, fell in love with it, fell in love with the culture, the people, everything about it. Not just Chile, but all of Latin America. And so I decided to pursue Spanish. And in fact, right now I'm still a student. I'm working on my PhD through Binghamton University in upstate New York. I'm actually getting my PhD in Spanish translation studies with a focus in Latin American literature and culture. So a little bit about myself. I'm really looking forward to this class. Currently I'm a full-time instructor at North Idaho College where I teach Spanish, but I'm looking forward to the dynamic that I have to teach you guys through BYU Idaho, being a church school, and with the mission of BYU Idaho in implementing and applying gospel principles in our classroom instruction. I've never had this opportunity before, but I'm very looking forward to applying the gospel principles in our class. As you see on the screen, I have the book of Moroni, chapter 10, verses 15 through 19 open. And here, Moroni is talking about certain gifts. And as we all know, one of the gifts of the Spirit is the gift of tongues. So I'd like to read this to you real quick. And again to another, all kinds of tongues. And again to another, the interpretation of languages and divers kinds of tongues. And all these gifts come by the Spirit of Christ, and they will come unto every man severally, according as he will. And I would exhort you, my beloved brethren, that you remember that every good gift cometh of Christ. And I would exhort you, my beloved brethren, students, that you remember that He is the same today, yesterday, today, and forever, and that all these gifts of which I have spoken, which are spiritual, never will be done away, even as long as the world shall stand, only according to the unbelief of the children of men. My invitation to you, mis estudiantes, is to really apply the Spirit in your studies, especially as you're learning Spanish. The gift of tongues truly is a gift from our Heavenly Father. I know it because I am actually a modern miracle, because I learned Spanish on my mission. A lot of people believe that overabundance or that consuming quality of having the Spirit with missionaries all the time is what helps missionaries. But I believe that if somebody truly wants to perfect a skill, especially languages, our Heavenly Father will bless them. In this class, we'll apply the principles of faith. That's the first thing we got to do, is have faith that Heavenly Father will bless us with this language. And He will. In order to do this, we'll be reading the Book of Mormon in Spanish. I'll be teaching you guys how to pray and bear your testimony and do all these wonderful things in Spanish. Maybe to get ready for missions, maybe not, but to learn the language. And I know, just like any other principle, as you guys apply yourselves, as you prepare, study, and diligently work and do your work, and include the Lord in this, just like it says right here, the Lord will bless you with the gift of tongues.